Hello everybody, Matt Galogli here with the Warner James Group, and what I'm going to talk to you about today is how do you get patients each and every single day. So people always want to know, like, how in the world can you guys take a business and double its revenues within 90 days and then increase it 4 times in the span of a year? Well, there's a couple different ways that we can do this, okay? And I'm going to talk to you specifically today about the patients everyday model, okay? And this is really important, and you'll see why in just a minute. Now, I have to give kudos to the man who introduced this to me. His name is Kevin Hutto, and Kevin and I have known each other for a little bit of time, so I've asked his permission if we can share this with you, and he said, go right ahead. So here we go, all right? So this is the patient's everyday model, okay? And what the patient's everyday model is it's really about exactly that, getting you patients each and every single day. So there are 3 components of the patient's everyday model. And it comes down to this, is first and foremost is clarity, okay? You have to have clarity of offer. Second, you have to have the right kind of campaigns. And then third, you need to talk about the context, okay? Now, the big mistake we see people make is they want to focus on campaigns first and foremost, okay? And this rarely works out very well. It's usually when they wind up coming to us saying, we've hired other groups or other agencies, and we just didn't get the results that we wanted, okay? So it's why we're more than just really an agency. I mean, in fact, really, again, it comes down to those 3 rocks that we always talk about is you're either in one of 3 phases. You're either in survival mode, stability or survival phase, stability phase, or you're in scaling phase. Okay, those are the 3. Now you can have 2 of these working together, and it'll get you some pretty good oomph. But when you get all 3, this is how you wind up having patients every single day. Okay, so how do we do that? Well, the first is we have to focus in on clarity, and there are 3 components to each one of these things. And I'm going to go over them for you, okay? So in the clarity model, in the clarity section, we have to have the right message. We have to have the right market. And we have to have the right offer. Now, when I was in the erectile dysfunction space, it might have, and I've worked in 30 plus niches. When I was in the erectile dysfunction space, it might have been the greatest offer ever of all time. I've never had an offer like this in my life. I joke with my friends that it had to be like what it was like writing, Don't Stop Believing or something like that. But it was that great of an offer because it just converted each and every single day. But it wasn't without a lot of trial and error, okay? And so we really understood our market, okay? Our market were obviously men who were 45 plus. And we weren't doing Viagra and Cialis. What we were doing is we were doing trimix injections at the base of the penis. So our message was, and our market was, we were targeting men who had failed a number of times. So we used to say in the office is that we wanted men that had failed using pills, potions, pumps, and porn. Okay? So pills, potions, pumps, and porn. If those 4 things had failed, or if the little blue pill was failing them on a consistent basis, they were our perfect target market. And our offer was, come into the clinic one time, meet with the doctor, and get a test dose. If you don't see results in the office, you owe us nothing. That's our guarantee to you. Okay, that was our offer. I ran that offer for almost 4 years, and every time I tried to move away from that offer, nothing converted. And we always went back to that offer. No matter how tired I got of it, that offer worked like clockwork. It was just over and over and over. So we were really clear about what we did. Now, we tried a couple of other things. I mean, we tried to lead with hair restoration, and sometimes we tried to lead with testosterone replacement therapy. Nothing worked as well as that offer to this client, to this market, and with that message, and that became the beachhead for everything, okay? So you'll notice here I haven't talked about the campaigns at all, okay? So the first thing is you have to have clarity of message. If you are in any phase that you are in, by the way, I don't care if you're in the scaling phase, stability phase, survival phase, we start with the clarity of your message, okay? This is where we always start. And nobody likes to put all the effort in this, but I'll tell you, it is the best time spent. We'll spend more time crafting your offer than we will anything else, because without a clear message to the right market and a good offer, the campaigns aren't going to work. Okay, so with the campaigns, all right, so with the campaigns, we have 3 segments of the campaigns as well, and they are, all right, we want to convert. Before that, they have to consume. And before we do that, we have to connect with the prospect. Okay? Now, if you are not getting conversions, you've run campaigns in the past, if you are not getting conversions, it's most likely where first we look at the clarity of your message, your market, and your offer. Then we're going to look at how you connect with the prospect. There are so many different ways to connect with the prospect, it doesn't really matter. I mean, prospects, they consume information in a lot of different ways, okay? You can do Facebook, you can do LinkedIn, you can do YouTube, you can do radio, you can do TV, you can do print, you can do direct mail, you can do the Goodyear blimp, you can do carrier pigeon, you can do postcards. I'll tell you right now, believe it or not, done very well with postcards, even in today's day and age, okay? Whoop. Okay, so you've got to be able to connect with the prospect, okay? How are we going to connect with that prospect? How are we going to get them to consume? Well, we get them to consume because the message is about them. It's not about you. It's not about how great you are. I hate to tell you that. But all they really care about is that you understand their pain. That's all that really matters, is you have to understand their pain, okay? Then we can convert them, okay? All right, so now we have these 2 phases done. The last phase okay, is the context. And this is where things like your character, okay, not are you a character, but do you have character, okay? Then credibility, and then finally connection. I heard John Maxwell say this one time, the astute leadership guru, is people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. I'm going to say that again. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Your patients want to know that you care, that you understand them. You have to have this connection, okay? You have to, and this connection is one, being face-to-face with them or doing videos or things like that. You know, you've got to show your warmth. You've got to show that you're understanding, the fact that you care about them, okay? Your credibility, okay? Your credentials, your training, where you've gone to school, all of that is important. But you're going to notice we don't put that first. I can tell you right now, most patients, all they care about is, can you fix their pain? Can you make their emotional pain, their physical pain go away? Can you make it so that they can run, jump, leap again, or have sex again, or have energy again? Then they want to know about your credibility. So you've got to connect with them first. And then, are you of good character? Okay. Do you have solid reviews? Are you of good character? Okay. I'm going to leave you with this last little bit right here. And that is, remember, when we hit on all 3 of these, we hit this little spot right here, and that's the patients every single day. That little red spot where all of this overlaps. If you are just focusing in on your campaigns, they're not going to pull the way that they should. You've got to be very clear with your message. You have to be very clear on your campaigns and clear on your context. And that, folks, is how you get patients each and every single day. Notice how it's not just about Facebook or social media or SEO or listings or any of that stuff or specials or anything of that. It comes down to clarity, campaign, and context. All right, so there you go. That's the Patients Everyday model. If you'd like to speak to us more about this, you know how to get in touch with us. There's usually a little button right around here, or you can email us directly or connect with us on Facebook or LinkedIn or anything like that. So again, this is Matt with the Warner James Group. It's great talking with you. Have a great day.